Rebuilding yourself begins not with action, but with thought. It starts with a deliberate creation of a definite purpose, a vision so vivid, so powerful, that it commands your entire being into motion. Without a clear purpose, you're like a ship adrift on a stormy sea, pushed and pulled by the tides of circumstance. But with a purpose fixed firmly in your mind, you become the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Purpose is not a wish, nor is it a fleeting desire. It is a decision carved in the granite of your mind, resistant to doubt, untouched by fear. It is the single consuming idea that gives structure to your efforts and meaning to your days. Without it, every effort is scattered. With it, every action is concentrated like sunlight through a lens, setting your dreams ablaze. When you set out to rebuild yourself, the first and greatest task is to decide, with absolute clarity, what you are rebuilding toward. You must take time, undisturbed and undistracted, to ask yourself, who do I intend to become? Not vaguely, not half-heartedly, but with precision and certainty. Describe the ideal version of yourself with such detail that it feels as real as the ground beneath your feet. See the qualities you will embody, the achievements you will earn, the character you will display. Make it so vivid that when you close your eyes, you can already feel it. A definite purpose acts as a magnetic force. It draws opportunities, people, and circumstances into your life that align with your vision. The world has a curious way of making room for the person who knows exactly where they are going. Those who move with certainty, even if they stumble, are lifted by unseen hands, propelled by a momentum that others never find. But to rebuild yourself successfully, you must not only define your purpose, you must commit to it fully. Half commitments yield half results. Vague goals lead to vague outcomes. The person who rebuilds themselves with excellence is the one who plants their flag in the soil of decision and declares, "This is who I am becoming. This is the destiny I claim. Every day must become a reaffirmation of this purpose. Upon waking, recall it. Throughout the day, act in accordance with it." Before sleeping, let us remember that how closely you live to it. Purpose is not a one-time decision, but a living, breathing force that demands constant attention and nurturance. It is the compass by which every decision, every sacrifice, every triumph is measured. There will be days when doubt creeps in, whispering that the path is too hard, the goal too distant. But remember, doubt is powerless against definite purpose. A mind focused with intensity becomes impervious to fear. A soul committed to a great cause finds reserves of strength that ordinary minds never touch. As you rebuild yourself, obstacles will arise. Expect them, welcome them. For each challenge you meet with unwavering purpose becomes a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. The trials that would break the aimless man only forge the determined one into iron. Purpose gives rise to discipline. Discipline sharpens your will, and a sharpened will cuts through any barrier. There is no greater advantage you can possess than to know exactly what you want and to move toward it with deliberate, consistent action. Look around you. Every person who has risen from hardship, who has rebuilt themselves from ruins into monuments of success, first found within themselves a purpose so compelling they could not turn away. They acted not out of mere wishful thinking, but out of necessity born from clear vision. Rebuilding yourself without purpose is like trying to build a temple without a blueprint. You may gather bricks, lay stones, stack timber, but without a design, the result will be chaos. Purpose is your blueprint. It shows you where each stone belongs, how each effort contributes to the masterpiece you are creating. You have within you the power to choose your purpose. No force on earth can deny you that right. It matters not where you have been, only where you now decide to go. Take this gift seriously. Choose with courage, commit with fire, and begin the magnificent work of rebuilding yourself into all that you are meant to be. When you set out to rebuild yourself, one truth must burn brightly in your heart. You must believe it is possible. Without faith, every effort is weakened before it even begins. Faith is the invisible force that breathes life into your dreams, giving them substance long before the world recognizes them. It is the inner conviction that what you seek already exists, not yet in form, but certainly in spirit. Faith is more than mere hope. Hope is passive. Faith is active. Hope whispers, maybe it will happen. Faith declares, it is happening now, and I will not be denied. Yes. The person who rebuilds themselves with power and certainty moves not by what they see, but by what they know to be true. Within no one else can supply this faith for you. It cannot be borrowed. It must be built within. Brick by brick, life changes for the better. Through disciplined thought and deliberate practice, faith grows each time you refuse to give in to doubt. It strengthens every time you act in defiance of fear. It becomes your most trusted ally as you move forward into the unknown. When you truly possess faith in yourself, you become unstoppable. Challenges no longer seem like threats. They become opportunities to prove your strength. Failure no longer discourages, it refines your strategy. Criticism no longer wounds, it sharpens your focus. Faith transforms every negative into a positive and every hardship into a stepping stone. To build faith, you must start with your mind. Guard your thoughts as you would guard a treasure. What you think repeatedly, you eventually believe. Now, therefore, think often and deeply about your success. Imagine yourself already in possession of your goals. Feel the emotions of victory before the physical evidence appears. Speak of yourself not as you are now, but as you intend to be. Words are seeds, and they bear the fruit of your dominant belief. Surround yourself with reminders of your capability. Seek out stories of others who have risen from nothing through sheer belief in their own worth. Read them, study them, internalize their lessons. Let their victories serve as proof that you too can achieve greatness. Faith must be fed daily. Just as a fire dies without fresh wood, your belief weakens without continual nurturing. Begin each morning by affirming your ability to rebuild yourself. Close each day by reflecting on your progress, however small. Every step forward is a victory. Every moment of perseverance is a brick laid in the foundation of your new life. You will face moments when fear tries to speak louder than faith. This is natural. Fear shouts, faith whispers. Fear demands attention, faith requires stillness. When fear arises, do not fight it directly. Instead, turn your attention fully back to your vision. Fear cannot survive where focused, purposeful thought prevails. Remember, the world mirrors back to you what you believe about yourself. If you carry within you a deep, unshakable faith in your ability to rebuild, life itself will arrange circumstances to honor that belief. People will appear, resources will surface, opportunities will open. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen inevitably, for the laws that govern faith are timeless and sure. Faith is the foundation of all achievement. It is the beginning point of every transformation. Without it, you are a builder with no tools, a traveler with no compass. With it, you are a force of nature, bending reality to the strength of your will. Decide today that you will believe in yourself with a depth and power that no setback can shake. Build your faith, protect it, feed it, and act from it. Every great monument of success first rose in the invisible kingdom of belief. Yours will be no different. Stand firm in faith, and the world will eventually stand in awe of what you have built. Rebuilding yourself is not a matter of chance, nor is it the result of a single burst of inspiration. It is a journey forged through the steady application of persistent action. Persistence is the invisible bridge between desire and achievement. It is the quiet, unyielding force that moves dreams from the mind into the realm of reality. The path to personal transformation will not be straight. It will not be smooth. It will test your patience, stretch your endurance, and challenge your resolve. Many start with excitement, but few finish with success. The difference is never talent alone. It is not always opportunity, nor even education. The difference, time and again, is persistence, the ability to continue pressing forward when others surrender. Near and estimate action is the great equalizer. You do not need to be the smartest, the strongest, or the fastest. You simply need to be the one who refuses to quit. Success yields to the individual who shows up day after day, who works even when the mood has faded, who commits even when progress is invisible. Every small, repeated effort compounds over time into magnificent results. Success must be consistent, not occasional. Occasional action is powered by fleeting emotions. Persistent action is powered by deep commitment. But when you act, because you have decided that nothing less than victory will satisfy you, you tap into a limitless reservoir of strength. There will be days when progress feels non-existent, days when the goal appears to be moving further away rather than closer, days when every step forward feels like trudging through thick mud. These are the moments that separate the dreamers from the doers. These are the moments when persistence is most needed. Each time you persist in the face of discouragement, you prove to yourself that you are greater than any obstacle. You build inner strength that no external force can destroy. Persistency requires that you develop a long-term vision. You must understand that the fruits of your labor are not always immediate. The seeds planted today will bear fruit only after they have been watered, nurtured, and given time to grow. Impatience kills more dreams than failure ever could. Trust the process. Honor the small steps. Celebrate every forward movement, no matter how modest it may seem. Persistent action also demands adaptability. Persistence does not mean stubbornly repeating the same mistakes. It means committing to the goal while remaining flexible in your approach. If one method fails, you do not abandon your dream, you adjust your strategy. Failure is never final unless you allow it to be. In every setback lies hidden instruction on how to move better, smarter, stronger, to cultivate persistence, build daily habits that align with your purpose, structure your environment to support your goals, remove distractions, create routines that make action automatic. The less you rely on motivation, the more you can rely on momentum. Small, disciplined actions taken every day will accomplish far more than sporadic bursts of effort. Surround yourself with reminders of your commitment. Keep your vision visible, on your wall, in your journal, on your mind. Associate with people who embody persistence. Let their example ignite your own determination. The energy of the persistent is contagious. Above all, speak to yourself as a champion, not as a victim. Words shape beliefs, and beliefs shape outcomes. Remind yourself daily that you are a person of persistence, a builder of destiny, a finisher, not a quitter. The way you talk to yourself in moments of difficulty will determine whether you rise or fall. Understand this: no great achievement in history was accomplished without persistence. Every towering skyscraper, every breakthrough invention, every life rebuilt from ruin shares the same foundation: unwavering, relentless action over time. You have within you the ability to persist. It is not reserved for the lucky few. It is a choice, a practice, a commitment renewed every day. Make the decision now that you will persist until your vision becomes reality. Act when you are tired. Act when you are discouraged. Act when no one is watching. In doing so, you will join the ranks of those who dared to finish what they started, and who found on the other side of persistence a life beyond their greatest dreams. When you embark on the journey to rebuild yourself, you must transform your relationship with failure. Failure is not the enemy, it is the teacher, the refiner, and the necessary ingredient for all lasting success. Those who fear failure remain prisoners of their comfort zones. Those who embrace it use it as fuel to propel themselves to heights others dare not reach. Failure only holds the power you give it. To the timid, it is a dead end. To the courageous, it is merely a detour, a lesson in disguise. Every great achievement the world has ever seen stands atop a mountain of failures, missteps, and mistakes. What sets the achievers apart is not an absence of failure, but a willingness to learn from it, to adapt because of it, and to grow stronger through it. When you reframe failure as fuel, you take command of your personal story. No longer are you a victim of circumstances. You become an active participant in your own evolution. Each setback offers precious information. What needs improvement? What can be done differently? What hidden strength lies dormant within you? Without these lessons, growth would be impossible. Think of failure as a feedback system. Life is constantly giving you information. If a plan doesn't work, it's not a judgment against you. It's data to be interpreted. It's an opportunity to adjust your approach, sharpen your skills, and deepen your resilience. The more you fail, the more equipped you become, provided you maintain the right mindset. The danger lies not in failing, but in allowing failure to define you. You are not your mistakes. You are the force that learns from them. Every time you rise after falling, you reinforce a powerful truth. You are stronger than any temporary defeat. You are resilient beyond measure. You are capable of adapting, evolving, and building again, smarter, wiser, and better than before. To reframe failure as fuel, you must first remove the emotional charge that often accompanies it. Instead of feeling shame or disappointment, approach your failures with curiosity. Ask yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me? What strength can I develop because of this? What new direction is now open to me that wasn't before? By shifting your questions, you shift your focus from self-criticism to self-empowerment. Another powerful method is to celebrate your failures. Yes, celebrate them. Each one is proof that you had the courage to act, the boldness to step beyond comfort. Many live entire lives avoiding risk, avoiding mistakes, and in doing so, they avoid growth. Every failure means you dared to try. You dared to move. That alone deserves recognition. Understand that the greatest leaps often come immediately after the greatest falls. Failure has a way of stripping away illusions, forcing you to dig deeper, think harder, and stretch yourself beyond limits you previously accepted. It shakes you out of complacency and demands innovation. It prepares you for the success you say you desire. The path of rebuilding yourself will be aligned with moments that seem like defeat. Expect it. Welcome it. Know that every stumble is not a sign that you should quit, but a signal that you are moving. Only those standing still never trip. Only those who never try avoid failure, but they also avoid transformation. Make a commitment to become a student of failure. Record your lessons. Adjust your strategies. Strengthen your mindset. And most importantly, refuse to let any single setback define your identity. You are not finished, you are merely refining. Each so-called failure is simply shaping you into the person capable of reaching the next level. Failure also connects you more deeply with others. It strips away false pride, making you more humble, more relatable, more understanding of the human experience. It builds compassion both for yourself and for those around you. In the end, the only true failure is the failure to try. The only lasting regret is the decision to give up when the road grew rough. Everything else, every stumble, every mistake, every fall is simply part of the magnificent process of becoming. Decide today that failure will be your ally, not your adversary. Face each challenge with the mindset of a warrior, learning, adjusting, and growing stronger with every blow. In doing so, you will turn every setback into a stepping stone, every loss into a lesson, and every disappointment into the foundation of your ultimate victory.